It was a triumphant return for Chancellor Angela Merkel. Just hours before, she was locked in emergency talks with European leaders in Brussels in a bid to salvage the euro. Merkel saw the deal as her personal triumph, a welcome counter to criticism over her crisis management. But at a news conference in Berlin, she stressed that Europe is the big winner.
We reached these decisions yesterday because it is our historical duty to protect the euro. Everything we do for Europe and the euro will benefit us in multiple ways.
For many, that admission was long overdue. As the Eurozone teetered on the brink of disaster, Merkel first ruled out further support for Greece and then made a dramatic U-turn. Her hesitancy drew criticism from those who felt she should have acted more decisively considering the seriousness of the situation.
Nobody should be under any illusion. The situation is very serious.
Merkel stuck to her guns and demanded that banks shoulder some of the burden. But Germany also took on more responsibility, and it's still unclear how much more funds it will have to commit. Observers in Brussels say Chancellor Merkel's matter-of-fact style will be indispensable in the ongoing crisis. At the same time, some say she still has some convincing to do regarding her vision for Europe.
Her job now is going to be to explain to the German people that there is a deal that goes beyond Greece. We've basically got a European monetary fund. We are going to have some sort of a fiscal union, and that is going to mean eventually some sort of a new deal on European political decision-making.
The EU's original founders did not envision this degree of interdependency. For decades, Germany and France have shared a common vision for Europe, building bridges and breaking down barriers in the interest of common prosperity. European integration over the decades involved great thinkers and grand gestures. The vision of figures like former Chancellor Helmut Kohl seems to be at ever greater odds with the bloc's present course. His contemporaries openly criticize Merkel's handling of the current crisis.
In politics, I've learned that having a long-term goal helps in solving short-term problems. That's because you then have a direction in which you want to go. If you don't define your goal, every intermediate stage can seem random.
Chancellor Merkel hasn't divulged her goal. Instead, she prefers to strike bilateral agreements in small gatherings with European leaders. Ahead of the emergency summit in Brussels, she managed to hammer out a last-minute compromise with French President Nicolas Sarkozy and other decision-makers. Critics say that's a throwback to Merkel's background as a physics graduate.
Scientists begin with experiments, and if one works, it will bring them a certain distance further. If it doesn't work, they have to choose a new approach. I don't think she's the sort of person who gives away her long-term goals. Probably because she's concerned she may be held to account if she doesn't hold true to them.
The Chancellor unwinds with the party faithful. Their main concern is the vast sums of German money heading Greece's way. But she does cautiously push for less national autonomy and more power to Brussels.
I can only say this: whoever is in the Eurozone has to stay, otherwise the currency will be completely discredited.
Her focus is to CDU, and I think it should be, at very least, European centre-right. And at best, it should be Europe-wide, and she should be explaining to Europeans, not Germans, but Europeans, why she takes certain decisions, why she hesitates, what is going through her mind. And that, I think, has yet to be done.
And the Chancellor won't be doing that anytime soon. Battered by the crisis, she wants to bring Europe back on track and show she means it.
Passion, yes. If I had as much passion for everything as I have for Europe, my day would last 48 hours. This is my own unique kind of passion, and it's quite intense.
Is the Chancellor working intensively for a stronger EU or for more German autonomy? She's won some breathing space for Europe and herself, at least until she returns from her summer vacation.